Okay, welcome to the first lecture of O-level math. This is relevant for both GCSE and GCE O-levels, since the syllabus is more or less the same. We are starting off with the first chapter, that is understanding number, and we'll have a series of videos in order to understand this topic. We're going to build upon the concepts that we learn, and then we'll culminate with a set of past paper questions in the later videos. Each of these videos will also have some basic questions that I will solve in addition to the lecture. Okay, so the first thing when you are talking about understanding numbers is to understand the order of operations. This is something that you learn earlier on in your lower classes, and you remember it with the acronym called BODMAS. Now, when a calculation involves more than one operation, so you have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all of those things, what you do is you use BODMAS. BODMAS basically means that you first simplify the brackets, then you follow the order of operations: division, multiplication, addition, and the last is subtraction. Okay, and we will look at these questions individually. I have a few questions here that I will try to explain according to this rule. Okay, now since there are no brackets involved, so I start looking for division. Is there a division? Yes, there is a division, so this becomes 3. Okay, then there is a multiplication as well, so this becomes 30. I will write this minus and plus. So then there's addition. This becomes 34 minus 3, and it ultimately becomes 31. That is the BODMAS rule for this. I move on to part B. Part B, I see a bracket first, so I'm going to write that 7 into 10. And there's 6 divided by 2 as well, so that becomes 3. Okay, bracket, division. Then you have multiplication, so 70 minus 3. There's no addition as such, so there's just subtraction because I see a negative 3 and a plus 70, so this becomes 67. Moving on to part C, I again see a bracket, so I'm going to write 30 inside the bracket. 6 divided by 2 is also 3. Bracket, division. Now I'm going to do, I'll see if there is any other multiplication. Now you see that multiplication was there, 3 into 10, but it was inside the brackets. I followed the rule of simplifying the bracket first. So that becomes 34 minus 3, and that becomes 31. Okay. Then part D, 4 plus 3 into 4 divided by 2. Now, this is a common mistake here. A lot of people write 7 first. No, it's not going to be 7. Why? Because 3 has to get multiplied with whatever number is there first. And even before it's multiplied, it has to be divided. So it's 4 divided by 2. That gives me 2. It gets multiplied with 3. So that's 4 plus 6, and that is equals to 10. Then let's simplify this. 7 into 4 divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2 first. So that gives me 4 divided by 2 is 2. 7 times 2 is 14. Then 4 plus. Now inside the bracket, I have two different operations. So I'm going to see that whether multiplication happens first or the subtraction happens first. The multiplication happens first. So 30 minus 6 divided by 2. 4 plus 24 divided by 2. Again, I'm not going to add 4 and 24. I'll subtract first. And I'm going to say that 24 divided by 2 is 12. So 4 plus 12, which is 16. So you see, in all of these questions, the numbers and the signs were all the same. It was just the different placement of brackets that made the question different in each case. Okay, and that is what you need to learn in order to be able to solve past paper questions as we go. Now, below I have 2 more past paper questions that I'll do with you. This one is from O-level math 4024. It says add brackets to the expansion to make it correct. So I need the expansion such I need brackets. Now I can add multiple brackets. I can just add one set of brackets. That's up to me. Whatever I need. Okay, I need an answer 10. Okay, and I see some addition here. I know that an addition has to happen. Okay, so 1 plus something, or 1 plus 72 could also happen, but 73 doesn't go with any other numbers that I see here. Okay, So let me try to figure out what I can do in order to get 10. Now, these questions are basically trial and error. I cannot tell you that this is something that you should do first and that's how you're going to get your answer. So I try this out. Let's see if that works out. I'm going to say 4 plus 72 divided by 4. What is 72 divided by 4? I first divided by 2 and then I get 18. So I get 18 into 2. 1 plus 36. That doesn't seem to be getting me the right answer. So those are not the brackets that I was looking for. Let's get rid of that. Okay, that bracket didn't work. Where else could I put a bracket? I could put a bracket here. Let's see if that works. 1 plus 72 divided by 8. 72 divided by 8 is 9. So 1 plus 9, which is 10. That is what I wanted. So that is the correct order of brackets. Now on the exam, I would suggest that you do the working on the side or do it with a pencil first and put the brackets later on with a pen, so that you don't get confused as to where you put the brackets in the first go. If you put the brackets in the first go with a pen, you might not be able to sort of get the final answer correctly. Okay, then another question which says place brackets in the following calculations to make it correct. Okay, again what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting brackets with a trial and error sort of situation. I'm going to say that 10 minus 5 is 5. So 5 into 9 plus 3. 5 into 9 is 45. 45 plus 3 is 48. That doesn't seem to be getting the right answer. So I think I'll get rid of that. Let's put it here. 10 minus 45 plus 3. Okay, that also doesn't seem to be getting me the right answer. Okay. Okay, I have a feeling there are going to be two sets of brackets that we'll have to sort of incorporate into this in order to get our final answer. See, if I put a bracket here as well, what I get is 10 minus 5 into 12. Now 5 into 12 gives me 60, but that gets subtracted. So this minus sign is a problem. So I told you before as well, it says place brackets. That means I could place more than one bracket. I can see that if I do this becomes 5 and this becomes 12. So 5 into 12 is 60. So these questions will require you to do a bit of trial and error. There is no other sort of direct way. Yes, if you can sort of see them quickly, if you're good at math, you might be able to see the questions, sort of calculations quickly, and you can still get your answer. These are usually, this one would be a 2-mark question because there are 2 brackets involved. Otherwise it would be a 1-mark question. That is the end of the first short video. Please make sure to like and subscribe for the next video.